Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Enchanted Rides and Drives. Today I'm at the Nuclear Museum in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just checking out some things. This is a Rio Grande Mustang Club event. We do these kinds of things in the wintertime when the weather's kind of crappy, a little cold and windy outside. We do these little things. Come out to nice little places, check them out. Not going to do a lot of talking on this video. Just going to kind of show you the sights so you can see this. Museum's pretty cool. Albuquerque's known for Los Alamos and Sandia National Labs, where they made the atomic bombs. A lot of nuclear science, a lot of scientific stuff that goes on here in the state. But like I said, I'm going to keep quiet here. Just walk around, kind of show you guys the sights and sounds. A lot of people in here, so I'm gonna have to kind of cruise around and check it out. A lot of stuff to read. Sorry guys, I'm not going to give you a chance to read much, but it's a lot of equipment from Los Alamos. Some of the experiments they did with making nuclear weapons, atomic bombs. A lot of history here in this building. Some World War II stuff. Japanese samurai sword. The German helmet there. Got a 98K there and an M1 Garand. Got a Type 99 Japanese there in the middle. Some pretty cool stuff in here. It's a picture of the main gate of Los Alamos. Old catapult here, pretty cool, with the Mona Lisa. Pretty odd, random. But again, all of this equipment is authentic from Los Alamos, donated by the labs. That's a pretty cool sign, kind of like that one. Pretty cool room. Leonardo da Vinci.
Attention museum visitors. In 5 minutes, we will be showing this hour's feature film, Modern Marvels, The Manhattan Project. This is a 45-minute production from the History Channel, covering the super-secret atomic bomb project during World War II. If you're interested in
Pretty cool stuff in here.
please make your way to the American Nuclear Society Theater, located on the south side of the main lobby, opposite the museum store.
Like I said, pretty cool stuff in here. All this stuff is interactive, it seems. Well, none of this stuff is atomic or nuclear. I guess this is just the Da Vinci room. So, let's go look at some bombs. A lot of these signs here are about the refinement of uranium. This is a refinement in Tennessee where they refined a lot of the uranium to build the bomb. Pretty cool camera here. We have some bombers here. It's a replica of the Enola Gay. And here we go. These are nuclear bombs, or atomic bombs, as you will. This green one was made with uranium. This big yellow one was made with plutonium. This is one big bomb. Name is the Fat Man, for obvious reasons. This is a Trinity flag from the Trinity explosion that actually survived. Got a nice military Plymouth here. You know, cars are our thing on this channel, so didn't want to leave that out. I like the spotlights up there on the windshield. It's pretty cool. Oh, and there's a bomb. Don't want that thing going off anywhere near you. But check this bad boy out. So this is a 1942 Packard custom limousine. Pretty wild here. I think that canvas top might come off, or maybe not. This pillar here is one of the pillars from the Trinity site. It's a replica of the tower that they actually used to drop the bomb.
Okay, so here we are.
The invasion of Japan.
Following the end of World War II, relations deteriorated quickly between the United States and the USSR, one-time allies against the Nazis. This would come to be known as the Cold War. The division of Europe after the war had pitted the Western Allies and the Soviets against one another. The Allies pursuing a policy of containment and a rollback of communism. The Soviets pressing their plans of expansion and acquisition of
Got kind of a little oddity in here. This is a fallout shelter stocked with all your survival rations. Back in the 50s, the nuclear war was always a possibility. You never knew if the Russians were going to launch, if we were going to launch and destroy us all. Some pretty cool stuff in here. There's random warheads scattered all over this place.
Communist spies were feared to be infiltrating every part of American life, causing the House Committee on Un-American Activities to begin hearings.
Now that big guy right there is a Titan. As you can see, the black warheads there in the center. Those would all come off and go down. This is a staged rocket. It would go up into the atmosphere, come back down. There's all kinds of cruise missiles in here. These are all nuclear tipped missiles. You can see their names there. So these two are two broken arrows that were recovered in Spain. Broken arrow means a lost nuclear projectile or missile or whatever, if you will. You know, science. Science would figure out the best way to kill us all. So we got old Willie's Jeep here. It's the firefighter edition. It's a CJ5 fire engine. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now there's a whole outside here. I'm going to step out here. It's going to be a little windy, guys. Bear with me here. I'm not going to do too much out here. It's very cold today. But you got a con tower there from a submarine. Got some bombers out here. A bunch of rockets in all their different stages. There's a B-52 right there. Don't want to be underneath that thing when it lets go. Got another tower there. That came from a Manhattan TV show. They donated it after they were done shooting. Over here you have a F-16 Fighting Falcon. You gotta love the tacos on the side there with the Albuquerque turkey. Gotta love it. Got a Corsair over there. Again, excuse the wind. That silver one right there with that big old red star is a Russian MiG-21 fish bed. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Go ahead and head back inside here. There's a lot of stuff to read. You really need some time here to actually read a lot of this stuff. It does kind of teach you a lot about the timelines and how they made the stuff. Talks about the stages of the rockets.
And inside the devices.
Yeah, his fire Jeep's pretty cool. So now here you got some of your benefits of nuclear. Studying atomics, they realized that they could make CAT scans and X-ray machines. This is some of the positive stuff that came out of the nuclear research. I mean, most of the stuff here just causes death. And if you know anything about the half-life of radiation, it doesn't go away. It's something that stays around for a long, long time. But to find some medical uses for some of this stuff is absolutely great. U.S. Savannah. Some Navy outfits here. Now they are in kind of a upgrading some of these cases, so that's why they are empty. And oh yeah, you see that bad boy right there? That is an authentic DeLorean. And we gotta love John DeLorean, especially here in the Mustang Club. Well, if you don't know the history of John DeLorean and Ford Mustangs, you might want to go look it up. This is a 1981 DeLorean DMC-12. Now this is not the car from the Back from the Future, but they're going to upgrade it here. They were telling me here that they got the flux capacitor here. They're going to get that sucker installed in there, and they'll be back to the future in no time. It's a little Einstein here, little thing for the kiddos. Lots of things to play with, hands-on stuff. I gotta say, I didn't think I'd like this place, but it is actually very cool. Now this bad boy right here is how they dispose of nuclear waste. This is like a big coffee thermos. As you can see inside that little cutout there is nuclear waste in there. And this thing is solid. They drop that down and seal it in there. Nuclear by mail.
Squeeze, what do you smell?
Again, this is all talking about cleanup and how to dispose of nuclear waste. This is green energy. We're talking about transitioning to solar, which definitely doesn't have the half-life issue that nuclear does. Like I said, guys, there's a lot of stuff to read here. I'm not going to take the time to read all this stuff for you because this video would be 4 or 5 hours long. But if you're into this stuff, Albuquerque, New Mexico, come on down. National Museum of Nuclear and Atomic Energy. This is a portion that talks about mining. Uranium comes from the ground, so mining. You have to pull this stuff out of the ground, enrich it, convert it. Now, this is a little area about mining. And this talks about the dark cube. Now, you're gonna show you the dark cube here in just a second, but you can read a little bit about it. This dark cube comes from Germany, comes from the Nazis. They were the ones that first started to do the research on this. At the end of World War II, U.S. military did an operation called Operation Paperclip. They brought a lot of German scientists to America. And these German scientists helped us complete the bomb that we dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And as you can see here, this is a cube of uranium. And this is one of the cubes that comes from Heisenberg's uranium reactor. One of the first uranium reactors ever built. This was built in Nazi Germany. And that cube you see there is one of those cubes that's hanging. Like I said, there's a lot of history in this building. A lot of information to process. If you have some time and you're in the Albuquerque area, this is right off Southern Avenue and Eubanks. Great place to spend some time. Well, that's all, guys. Sorry, I only had a DeLorean and a Willys Jeep and a Packard back there, but one of the things you do with a car club is you cruise and you check some things out. When the weather's nice, you take your cars out and about, but when the weather's crappy, you do stuff like this. So, there's the door. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys in the streets.